Hi there, my name is Nick. I am product manager at Serpzilla.com. Today, we're starting a whole series of videos talking about SEO, how to do it, how can it help you, and what is it. This will be the first video. The others will be on this channel, so hit subscribe button, and some of them, few short one, will be on Serpzilla.com, so follow us. Let's begin. We'll start with introduction in SEO. What is SEO? SEO, or Search Engine Optimization, is the process of improving the quality and quantity of website traffic from Google, from search engines. Basically, what does that mean? There is a specific type of traffic called organic traffic. Those are people who are specifically looking for something, probably for your product, and they're Googling it, Yahooing it, looking it on different search engines. And this is organic, natural traffic. Those people are pretty hot, they're looking to buy something relevant for them. And there are quite a few other types of traffic: direct traffic, paid traffic, referral traffic, and social traffic. As you see, organic traffic takes quite a lot of space, up to a third of the whole traffic of your website. Why organic traffic? Why not the rest of them? Well, firstly, it is, as I said, most common. It is the main source of people, of visitors on your website. The second one, it is the most available traffic. It is easy to achieve. It is not pay-per-click. Well, there are quite a few shortcomings, I would say. The first and the general one is that it takes quite a long time to develop it, to establish it. It is not one-time task. It is a whole process. A bit about SERP. SERP, or Search Engine Optimization, it is a page of natural results. So basically, when you are Googling something, when you are looking at the result, this is SERP. And SERP consists of two main blocks here. First, it is Google AdWords. This is pay-per-click. They are high up in the top, and they are not organic. People usually don't trust them that much. And way below, we see starts the organic traffic, the real websites that Google thinks are good for you. So this is where we're aiming at, this is where we want to be. Let's talk about basic principles of Google itself. As you probably know, you need to type your query. When you do so, you have selection of a pretty decent selection of websites. Google actually really tries to impress you. It really tries to demonstrate you the best websites for you. So there is quite a few ways to influence that, to high up your ranking in Google and also other search engines. Speaking in more detail the structure of Google response, besides search string and contextual advertising, as we spoke about before, there is also SERP features, different maps, company cards. They are really important. They are, once again, a way Google to impress you, to give you something direct to your response. And way below, once again, organic traffic. It's not too far below. It's a little bit below, and after that there are millions and millions of results, thousands of pages of different websites. Each website consists of snippet. Snippet, it is this specific thing that appears on the Google result page. It consists of title, URL, and description. Those things will be relevant and important. We can customize them, so your snippet will be the prettiest, so it will appear very, very pretty on the main Google page. what do we generally get from SEO? Firstly, it is long-term effect. As I said before, this effect does not start immediately, but when it's on, when it's driving forward, it's very hard to stop. After you work pretty hard on it, it will work on you. Also, low cost of attracted visitors. This is also really important because it's not pay per click, not like Google Ad. This is a stable flow of natural traffic. Also, this is a targeted traffic. As I said, those people are very hot. They're looking, for example, to buy, to clean their carpets, for example, and they're looking for cleaning services. If you are the cleaning service, so those people are very relevant to you. Besides that, brand promotion, pretty self-explanatory. Your brand will be more and more recognizable. And lower costs for other sources. When you grow up this third of your traffic, the other parts of traffic become less relevant, less important, so you save up some money at the end. A bit of a result here. SEO is a process, not a task. It is something you are doing constantly until you get result, and even when you get those results, you continue in this, fuel this, so it pays you back better and better each month. Part 2, how to promote websites. Let's go on a bit of a practice here. Google ranks different websites using specific ranking factors. There are quite a few of them, over 700, much more, I believe. There are some of them, like good keywords, for example, fast loading pages of your website, adaptive type selling, so is it comfortable to look through mobile phone, for example. It is relevance of information. For example, if there are many info on your website that dates back to 2010, then Google thinks that this website is abandoned. So what you need to do is to refresh that. Text authority, quality of links to this page. This is something we'll speak about a bit later in this video. Average visit time, so how much users spend on your website, how are they interested in it. Geographical parameters, technical optimizations, and so on and so on and so on. It is a bit interesting to talk about how those specific factors were developed, because in the year 1993, when Google was just service to look through the documents, there weren't so much factors at all. They started appearing year by year. Google starts looking for links on specific websites, like for example, if some document is heavily linked, that means that people sharing this document, it means that it is very important. And year by year, as you see on this graph, in year 2010, Google starts counting behavioral factors. How do people behave regarding to specific websites, social activity of the company, commercial factors. And right now, here they are pretty in-depth. They are powered by machine learning system, so Google always try to impress its customer to adapt to people's requests. Like a human body, each process matters. We divide all those factors into 4 separate groups. Easy to understand, easy to learn. Behavioral factors. Those factors are about people who enter your website, the visitors. How do they behave? How much click do they need to achieve what they want? Is it interesting for them to even be on your website? Then it's commercial factors. This is about how much alive your company appears in Google's eyes. Those copyrights, are they fresh or not? Content, is it fresh or not? Your phone number, your location, this is all very important. You need to be alive. Your presence on the internet needs to feel alive. Then it's external ranking factors. And those are basically link profile. And this is our topic. We'll discuss it in the end. This is very important, and this is the part where you can directly influence links that direct onto your website. And at last, internal ranking factors. Those are technical factors, basically. So how fast your website reacts to every click. Are there any good keywords, description, title, meta tags? We'll discuss that a bit later. So here they are. Firstly, let's start with internal factors. As I said, availability of relevant pages, text optimization, internal links, several settings, like do you have set up your page 404, robot.txt, are your URLs readable, and so on and so on. For the external factors, it's number of external links, quality of those links, and quality of anchor texts. For the people factor, behavioral factor, failure rate, browsing depth, average time on the site, sources of access of the site. And for the commercial factors, there are availability of prices, company info, shipping information, and advertising on third-party sources. Let's start with internal factors. First, and one of the most important factor is meta tag. Meta tag is basically a string of code, pretty small in my opinion, that can tell search engine where to look, how to process this information, and it also tells the browser of the client how to display this information. To see those meta tags, you can use Ctrl+U. You can see it in the admin control panel of your website, or use some external services if you are into it. Second thing is title. Title of the web page is it's a short description. It is in the page content, and it also appears in the snippet. So this one is very important. We recommend to make it not so long, like 80 characters would be enough. Use some keywords of your website, of your product. Use the most frequent phrases at the beginning of the tag, not in the end. And avoid some stop symbols, for example, dots, straights, slash. Description is a more detailed description of a web page, more detailed than title. So it must be a bit longer, 160 characters. It consists of usually 2 or 3 sentences. You can use different keywords in the text, and you could set dots, points at the end of the sentence if it's acceptable. However, you're not allowed to use quotation marks. Those are not allowed. So going on to general rules. Avoid duplication of meta tags both between themselves and between pages. Try to use unique text. We'll speak about uniqueness of the text a bit later. When adding meta tags, think how it will look in Google Snippet. Beautiful snippets bring more traffic because people love them more. Also, keywords must be included in title, description, and keywords. Besides meta tag, what we can do here is general content optimization. What we and what SEO specialists think about content optimization. The content should be unique, both within website and within range of other websites of your competitors, for example. So the content should be interesting, so feel free to add some media, interactive materials, pictures, and other. Those also may be used to structure the whole text with subtitles, labels, list of tables, and images and videos. Not overextend with the keywords. If there are too many of them in the content of your web page, it will appear unnatural for Google. We know some cases when Google used his sanctions against those pages and they lost all their ranking. So not too much of keywords. The page should answer the question of a potential user as detailed as possible. So look up who's your client and what he usually wants when he enters your page. And availability. So it basically refers to if your page or some pages are not hidden. This is also very important. Google generally does not like it, and he probably will try to do his nasty sanctions against those pages. So open up all of them. There is also suggestions on the same topic from Google. They are pretty similar, but in some cases they are a little bit different. Google values download speed, interactivity, and visual stability. So basically, how pretty is your website? It prefers your website to be optimized for mobile devices. So mobile first. Google is about safety, so it is good if you have HTTPS protocol. No annoying ads. So what does that mean is it is not about that ads are bad. Google, at the end, do them, as you know. It is about do them in the right way, so it will not be annoying for people. And the same rule here as on the first slide. Your website should answer the question in as much detail as possible. So try that. So let's move on. How to create unique text if there are too many pages. For example, if you are a large marketplace like Amazon. You can use not a unique text, but surround it by a variable unique text insertions. So those might be, for example, prices or some description of your item, for example, color. It can be brand. It can be the exact naming. For example, the online store Amazon has a wide range of refrigerators at low prices, and the online store Amazon has a wide range of gas stoves at low prices. So those some suggestions that might help you make your text uniquely enough. Let's move on to commercial factors. We've previously touched some of those factors, but they are pretty unique to every website, so there is a good way to do them. It is to look to the competitors, see how they do. Check them side by side, see each key factor they use. Additionally, do it a little bit better. So if your competitor has, for example, a map screen where you can find all his offices, do that, but add more information, more depth to it. So maybe using this map you can build away from another point, so it will be more convenient for people. A very important piece of information is price. Price is one of the elite factors that visitors use. If you not have your price on the website and your competitor has it, he has an advantage over you. This is not good for you. So try to add it up, try to keep it fresh, and try to keep it competitive. Availability of transaction. If your website is just a landing, landing page, and your competitor has a huge marketplace where you can just go and buy what do you want. Once again, Google thinks that your website is not helpful enough. When someone searches, for example, for refrigerators, he's not looking just for the info, he's looking to buy it, and your competitor delivers it. He helps the client to do his thing. So you need to keep it up. Assortment. Having much choice is always good. It is one of the key factors in some areas. It's just easy to do, just see how your competitors are doing. If you're not having enough, just try to widen your range up. Also, extended company info might really help you. So, as I said, detailed office address marked on the map, operating mode, where you open, where you close, what's your dinner time, a landline instead of mobile phone, that sometimes also help. All the organizational details, all the numbers, you know, email, which uses your domain, not just some domain, is bring up your authority. Different certificates, licenses, company, employee awards, those are giving some legitimacy of your company. Social media links and activity. The more you do it, the more alive your company feels. Your digital presence feels like you are real. So it is good both for your clients and for Google. It will rank you up higher. Continuing on behavioral factors. We spoke about them. Let's look in detail. We need to think what each visitor wants when they enter your website. For example, if they are looking for some category of product, you need to provide those categories. It should be easy for client to find what he wants. If he's looking for a specific item, then he can probably have additional questions. For example, how much does it cost? Are there any reviews? What's the difference about it? It is something you need to add up. If the client looks for a specific brand, you need to be able to provide it. You need to be able to give search through the website by a specific brand. If the client have bought an item, he probably might be interested in how to get a discount on the next buy, when his package will arrive, can he pick it up himself. This is something you can do. This is something you need to add to your website to be helpful. Few more rules. Everything that looks clickable must be clickable. Don't trick your visitors. Don't misguide them. In the same manner, everything that can enter must be entered. Your web pages must be adaptable to any device, and all essential info, for example, about order, some payment information, must be available using any device, or at least as many devices as possible. The logic behind your web pages must be pretty straight up. The simpler, the better. And at last, check out what people actually need on your website. What content do you need to show firstly? We are coming to external factors and link building. This is our bread and butter. This is something what we can do. Let's go in detail. Let's see how it looks. We already spoke about link profile, that Google thinks that it is important, that people sharing up your website, and those are factors that Google used to rank up your higher. So the global SEO market is approximately $212 billion. It grows exponentially very, very quick. And the link building takes, you could say, a small percent of up to 7%, but it is up to $14 billion. So you could say that it is really good numbers. We already saw what is a link, but we need to stay up here and see that link consists of URL and anchor text. The anchor text is right here on the right side. It is something that you can customize, so your link will appear differently. And sometimes you need to do anchorless links, so it will be diverse and more natural for Google. Right now, link building profile is outcome of a hard work. You need to really try to impress Google with that. However, there are some cases when you have links and you don't even think about them. They appear by themselves. For example, content marketing, PR, crowd marketing, and just by accident. By content marketing and PR, what do we mean here? It's different media publications. For example, when some news websites writes an article about you. Well, for example, you open your new office and local news website writes about you. It is really good. Social media posts about you and by you. Blogging, like if you have some blog, if you are doing it constantly, it is also very good for ranking. Links from YouTube and by YouTubers. This is both enhance your digital presence. When we're talking about crowd marketing and links by accident, we are talking about forum activity, when people just do their stuff and naturally they are exchanging some links. This is beneficial for you. Registration on Google Maps and different job websites. Those are services that do links to your website. Different boards, catalogs, and questions and answers, facts, those are also very important. We'll talk in depth about link building a bit later in the following videos. Right now, that's all. If you like the video, if you like the video, please hit like and subscribe. Don't miss out the next video. Write in the comment what do you think about SEO, our video, and about life in general. It was Nick with you. Have a nice day. Bye.